Welcome back to Sips of Cinema, the series that we talk about movies while sipping on a drink. I am going with my good old friend Pure Leaf, no sugar on sweetened tea.
And I've got Blueberry Buzzsaw Liquid Death because they didn't have the Mountain Dew flavor this time. So,
What a bummer.
I know. What a shame.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. That was really carbonated. Today we're going to be doing best sequels because in our last episode, that's what we started to do, but then we quickly transformed the episode into the boys episode. So sorry about that, but that's just kind of how
I think we had a good discussion.
Yeah, no,
on
it was a good
regardless,
no, it was a good discussion. That's just the way the cookie crumbled that episode. But today I picked 5 that I know that we've both seen.
Okay.
So these are sequels that I personally think are better than the previous films. So the first one on my list is Top Gun Maverick.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
hands down better than the original.
I know. It's so like
That's like known as one of the only sequels that are arguably better, like without a doubt better.
There
than
are
the
a couple.
original.
There are a good amount that I think that are better, but I think Top Gun Maverick was just one of those movies that, well, it's a legacy sequel, and it's either going to fail or it's going to be really good. Like we were talking about Devil Wears Prada 2, how that's a legacy sequel and it was really good. But Top Gun Maverick, it took what was so good about the original Top Gun movie and made it, well, one, it made it very like today's day and age of like
modern
CGI
era.
action and all that kind of stuff. And it was a different movie because the first Top Gun, and I feel like the reason why I love the first Top Gun, but I feel like the reason why I don't connect myself to it as much is because I feel like there's not a lot of stakes. Like obviously Rooster dies at the end, and like that is a very sad moment. But at least in Top Gun Maverick, they're actually like fighting against people. The first Top Gun was just them learning to fly. In Top Gun Maverick, it was they were learning to fly and they were getting pushed into this like big mission that was just insane. The way that this movie is shot is just so awesome.
I agree.
Tom Cruise is he's a madman. But what do you think?
No, well, I mean, I think it's awesome. I think the other reason why we might resonate with it more is that, so like we obviously saw the first Top Gun Maverick movie. Or Top Gun, whatever. Top Gun.
Yeah.
But still, like we saw the first one because our parents showed it to us. We kind of saw it as an old film that our parents wanted us to watch.
Yeah.
And this is like a new aged version of it that we got to appreciate as the new film. I think we enjoyed it more because of that, but also you are right. Watching through the first one, it's kind of just like there isn't too much to the movie. It's spectacular.
Yeah.
But there's not like, and movies don't need high intensity moments necessarily.
No.
But they help.
They do.
They help.
They do. They give it something else. And I don't think, I don't know. I think Top Gun in its what it is already good because the movie is about friendship. It's about, getting over differences with people. It's, learning this huge and important thing of flying and how dangerous it is. And I think the stakes definitely are high in the first, but just something about Maverick being so, I don't know, I feel so connected to the characters more than I did with the first one. Like I love Iceman. Obviously I love Maverick and Rooster. I think their dynamics on screen are really great.
Casting was also great for Maverick.
Oh yeah. Oh, for Maverick, it's
like
insane.
To get like
it's kind
the
of
kid
like
of the,
It's kind of like what we were talking about, I think, in a previous episode with Quentin Tarantino and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and how so many people in that movie that were just starting now are like big names. It's kind of the same for this
because that was Miles. That was Miles Teller, right?
Yeah, Miles Teller had already been doing.
I know, but he was in there. Yeah,
like he was in it, but Glenn Powell was in it. What's his name? He was also in Thunderbolts. He played Sentry. Oh
my God! I totally forgot that he was in that movie. Yeah.
And what's funny is that his name is Bob in that movie too, and his name is Bob, and his name is Bob in Maverick.
Yeah.
But just like there's a good amount of I'm blanking on her name, but she was also in. She was nominated for an Oscar because she was in A Complete Unknown. She played like the love interest to Bob Dylan. I forget her name. but she was in it too. Like it was one of those movies that the casting was so good. Like they knew stars.
Mhm.
And I feel like Maverick is also one of those movies that, like, I feel like we don't have heartthrobs anymore, like
Yeah.
within like shows or movies, but Maverick definitely did. I mean, even with Tom Cruise, like that dude is still a heartthrob. I mean,
Yeah.
he is like
He's getting up there in age and is not showing
Yep.
a single day of it.
exactly. But like that beach scene of just like all like
Mhm.
the hotties on the beach, like doing it.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like
Yeah,
we don't
really have
see
that
that
anymore.
stuff anymore. Like we don't
Yeah.
have like heartthrobs. And I think like this movie definitely nailed that 90s kind of feel because
Mhm.
if it felt like anything, it really did feel like a 90s action thriller movie with its characters, its dynamics. I just think it's such a fun movie.
Yeah.
I love how Maverick's reintroduced. I love how he teaches these. I love the scene where they're singing in the bar. It's just it's such a great, well, one, it's a great dad movie. It's a great
Yeah.
like holiday movie for like the 4th of July or Memorial Day, which is today.
Yeah.
But just like it's such a phenomenal movie. I love Joseph Kosinski, who directed it, and he also did Tron Legacy.
Oh,
Yes, so that makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
And he also did he recently did F1, the movie.
Would Tron Legacy be considered a legacy sequel?
Oh, 100%. That is that is like
It's like
the
30.
legacy
Yeah, it's like
sequel.
I mean, it's in
think
the
it
names.
was- yeah,
It's in the
I
name.
think it was like the first Tron was that 80 or 70?
I think it was 80 or
I
like
feel it
or
was
like
the
late 70s.
I'm gonna look it up because I'm really.
I don't know why I
interested.
didn't consider it a legacy sequel in my head until we mentioned
Is it? And it's literally called.
And it's literally called
Tron
Legacy, yeah.
1982,
Yeah.
and the Tron Legacy came out in 2010.
2010,
So it was 28 years, 28 years later.
Another movie that's a
Yeah.
good sequel.
I was like, oh wait, crap! I don't want to do a 28. I don't want to do a 28 days later joke, and then I say 28 years, and I'm like, that's a movie too. But yeah, no. So Joseph Kosinski.
Talk about sequels.
Yeah, Joseph Kosinski's great. And they're Top Gun Maverick. Well, not Top Gun Maverick 3. A sequel to Top Gun Maverick is in the works. So
Oh, really?
We're getting a third movie. I don't think he's returning to direct it though. Which I think there are definitely directors out there that can make something that's like extraordinary like that. Like honestly, I think James Mangold would be a good one because he did Ford vs Ferrari. I mean that
movie was phenomenal.
that movie and its cinematography and its direction with a Top Gun movie would be like next level. But Joseph Kosinski definitely has that. He definitely has that. I don't know, that vision of just making something as big as possible and as grand as possible. But Top Gun Maverick, it's so good. I need to rewatch it because I think I've only watched it. I watched it once in the theater, and then I think I watched it once just like on my own, and even that was a while ago. But it's just one of those movies that if there's one thing to come out of COVID, and this movie came out, I think it was like 20. Was it 21 or 22? May have been 21.
I think it was 21.
So it was a
somewhere
little
around
bit
there.
after like the harsh parts of COVID, but it was still in the middle of that because they had filmed the movie like a good amount of years before, and then they put it on the shelves because they were, scared about releasing it, and then they released it, and I think it made like $1 billion. I think it was $1 billion profit. So actually, I'm curious. Top Gun Maverick box office. I'm pretty sure it made $1 billion.
Yeah, I'm sure it would have. It was
1.5.
really good. That wow.
$1.5 billion.
That's
No wonder it's. I forgot that it made that much.
Yeah.
For 2021.
That's a
Wait,
ton
wasn't
of,
it 2021?
That's a
2022.
ton.
2022.
Still
though.
But yeah,
that's 4 years. 4
crazy.
years ago already. Jeez, oh Pete. But yeah, it's summer. But like that is a summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
I admit, like, I mean, unfortunately, it's like a sequel, so it's kind of piggybacking off of the summer blockbuster, but it's still a great movie.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we are going to get a couple original movies this year that are going to be like summer blockbusters. Like we got Disclosure Day coming out. Like that's just with Steven Spielberg. So we are getting more original movies now, but Top Gun Maverick was definitely just, I mean, I think a lot of people can argue, and people are always going to have that argument. That's like, well, you can't have the sequel without the original. It's like, yes, that's true, but I don't think that limits its ability of being better. Like, I do think that Top Gun Maverick just has that little bit of leverage where I care more about what's happening. There's more characters to care about. Every single character kind of has their arc. I love Miles Teller. I think Miles Teller as Rooster's kid. I know. I think Miles Teller as Rooster's kid is like the most perfect casting. And what's funny is I think Glenn Powell was supposed to be Rooster's kid.
Oh,
I
really?
think that's what they were auditioning. I know that the characters, I think they auditioned for the opposite parts, which happens a lot in movies where they audition for the opposite part and then the other person gets it. But yeah, Miles Teller with
He's
that
like-
cunty mustache, I love it.
He looks like Rooster's kid,
Mhm.
like 1,000%.
After rewatching Top Gun, it's weird.
Yeah.
And then that scene where he's singing "Great Balls of Fire" in the same way that his dad was, it's such a great scene. And I
Yeah.
love the next scene in which everyone's now at their their base getting ready to be talked to by this special person, and then it ends up being Maverick, who they threw him out on the beach.
Yeah.
Just a good movie, just a good fun movie, great characters, great dynamics. I think it easily is like I would much rather rewatch like Top Gun Maverick over Top Gun. In my opinion.
I would too.
I could rewatch Top Gun, but I think Maverick is just there's so much there. The sound design, cinematography, that opening scene of him in the what would it be called? Not an airplane,
Like
not
a fighter jet?
Yeah, fighter jet.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and the jet is just such a
When he was like breaking like what Mach 9 or whatever it
and
was.
then he flies over the security guard dome and it like takes the roof off. It's just such a good movie.
Yeah.
But we'll move on to the next one. I have, let's see which one I want to do next. I don't know why I put that because that's not true. I think I put The Dark Knight Rises, but that's not what I meant. I just meant
You
to
meant
put The
The
Dark
Dark
Knight.
Knight. Yeah.
So The Dark Knight.
Yeah,
because
phenomenal.
some people don't even realize that that's a sequel because people are like, oh yeah, because I actually
Batman Begins.
Batman
Was that
Begins.
the first one? Yeah.
Because I remember watching The Dark Knight for the first time, and then I was in a video store and I was like, wait, Christian Bale, Batman Begins, what? There's a first movie?
Yeah.
And then I
saw,
was like, oh,
I saw
there
The
is.
Dark Knight first.
And then I watched it, and it's good. Batman Begins is good, but like this is easily talk about the best sequels. Like this is such a good sequel. People forget that there's a first one.
movie. Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like it is so good, and I think like a lot of people still praise it as one of the greatest movies of all time, one of the greatest comic book movies. Not one of, like the greatest comic book movie, greatest performance ever. Comic book performance. I feel like we've died down a little bit on the kind of overreacting about it being like one of the greatest. I feel like before COVID, it was one of those topics that just like it was always on like the top, like right below like Shawshank Redemption. Like I feel like it's kind of lost that spot from people's perspective just because so many more movies have came out, so many great movies have came out, and a lot of more new audiences have like with TikTok, just more audiences have reached like the fan base, but it's still so. I mean, it's
phenomenal,
so good.
I mean, when
It's
it
so
comes to it being like the best, I do think that people have like kind of dwindled it out of their perception. Heath Ledger's performance though is undoubtedly I think it's the best Joker in my opinion.
It's
like,
so hard because
like Joaquin Phoenix is a different story.
It's
like
different.
it's a different Joker, so I don't keep it in like the same caliber. But when it comes to like true comic book villain-esque Joker with Batman, we'll use that because like Batman wasn't in Joaquin Phoenix's Joker.
No, well,
like,
Bruce Banner was.
Well, Bruce Banner was.
Bruce Banner.
Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne. We both said it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
when I said that, I knew that sounded incorrect.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, Bruce Banner.
But yeah, so like keeping it akin like with the whole Batman dynamic, I think Heath Ledger was like, in my opinion, the best performance of a Joker. Just from my perception of it, which I think is a widely understood opinion. I think people
the Joker opinions, people have like very like strong opinions because a lot of people will say
I'm
like
also not
Mark
talking.
Hamill's
Yeah,
the
I'm
best.
not talking about voice
Exactly.
actors.
Exactly.
I'm talking about live action. Because if it's voice actor, it hands down goes to Hamill.
It's Mark Hamill and then Troy Baker, who's also Joel in The Last of Us. He does do a really good Joker.
Yeah.
He also does.
Jack Nicholson is also like an iconic Joker.
Jack Nicholson is iconic and a great performance, but when it comes to Joker, it's easily one of the most like this is nothing like the comics.
Yeah.
But what I will say is someone said this, and now it like never leaves my head when I think about The Dark Knight. Is that someone was like, Christopher Nolan didn't want to make a Batman movie. He wanted to make a movie that was like Heat, where it was a movie about that was a detective story with a really interesting story with a huge atmosphere, but we're just going to place it over Batman characters. We're going to have our protagonist be Batman and our antagonist be the Joker. But it's not like, this is a comic book movie, but it's not a comic book movie.
Oh yeah, no.
It's really not. Like when you rewatch it, it's really just a like crime thriller detective movie. That's really what it is. I would say that the Tim Burton Batman's Batman, the Batman, and then the Batman Returns, and the recent Batman with Robert Pattinson are easily better portrayals of like comic book Batman movies.
Well, I mean, the Robert Pattinson one was like crazy levels of detective. Not comic book-esque, but I do agree.
There is a detective Batman storyline, which I think the Robert Pattinson movie fits so much better because with Christopher Nolan, it really is just like, it's just a Christopher Nolan movie. Like,
and Batman happens to be in it.
But it just happens to be a Batman movie. And that's not supposed to sound like a diss towards it.
Oh, no.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
It is a Christopher Nolan movie that just happens to
take place
have
in Gotham.
Batman characters. Exactly. Like, it doesn't even look like Gotham. It's New York City. That's what at least Gotham in the Tim Burton movies looks like, just like a worn down society that's a little bit goofy, because that's
like a worn down New York.
Yeah, because that's Tim Burton's like style. But even in Robert Pattinson's the Batman, that Gotham looks so much better in my opinion.
Yeah.
It just looks so much better. I think Christopher Nolan really just didn't like, I don't think he really wanted to create that. He didn't want to do the work into like creating that atmosphere. He does a lot of practical effects. He does all that kind of stuff, but I don't think he really like wanted to focus too much on making the world feel like it was a comic book movie, because he really wanted it to feel grounded, which I appreciate. And I think it's really cool. But when it comes to like comic book accuracy, I think comic book accuracy is kind of a tricky area. Because when it comes to movie, it's like
it's not a comic book.
You shouldn't be looking for comic book accuracy. You should be looking for something that's like new and authentic, which I think is what Christopher Nolan did with The Dark Knight and all of the Batman movies.
Yeah.
And actually, I think that in Batman Begins, Gotham looked a little bit better. I think Gotham in Batman Begins had a little bit different lighting, and it definitely felt creepier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't even let you really talk.
No.
But
it's
go
fine.
ahead.
So I mean, I talked about my portrayal on like the Joker and why I prefer it, but I mean,
that's true.
The fact that he just was like just a broken person, like the Joker.
Which one are you talking about?
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You think he was a broken person?
Joker?
Yeah.
Like psychosis wise, yeah.
Really?
Mentally.
I don't think so.
Really?
I think he was well aware of everything that he was doing.
Oh, I'm not talking about like being unaware.
No, I know.
I just mean like.
But what about his story makes you think that he's broken?
The fact that he's just so sinister. I'm not talking about broken as in not understanding what he's doing or.
No, I know, but like
caring.
what character traits did he give off in the movie that represented that idea that he is like a broken character? Because in my opinion,
zero remorse for
I think
anything.
Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, definitely we get more as to why he's a broken character.
Well,
and why he does what he does. Like, he's ridiculed. He's, society is failing him. The facilities are failing him with his mental illnesses. No one cares about it, and that's why he breaks that. But in The Dark Knight, and I'm not saying your opinion's invalid. I'm just trying to understand what you are getting at with Heath Ledger's Joker being like this broken character, because I think that he's someone that, one, and I know this is not what you're getting at, but one, I do think he knows exactly what he's doing, and he has a motive of what he's doing. But I don't think at any point in that movie did it really like click to me that he is society has failed him.
Oh, I didn't even necessarily mean that society failed him, because I think that's way more in line with Joaquin's story, like the Joaquin Joker. I just mean like something snapped in him, which is the case with every Joker. But I think his portrayal of it was just like pure psychotic.
Yeah.
Like
That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Like, so I guess broken might have been the wrong word, but
Yeah.
I just mean like as a broken person, not broken down by something.
Gotcha.
Like, but like
For sure.
anytime that he speaks, it just like goosebumps immediately. We're just like, holy fuck.
I know.
Oh boy.
He's intense. Heath
Like-
Ledger does such a good job. In that scene actually where he's
like the way that he also like commands like the gravitas with how he says things, like how he, for lack of like a better word, how he like summons this like gravelly nature.
Yeah.
Like he talks like this and it's really subtle, but then he gets into it and he's, why so serious? Like,
I know.
but like, it's like the way that he just goes in and out of these, like, he always sounds insane.
Yeah.
But when he digs into that graveliness, like it's insane.
Yes.
Like it's insanity squared type thing. And obviously like the movie got to him. Like Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger. Yeah. Well, it
which
was
is
actually,
really tragic.
It was because of like the
sleep medication.
The sleep medication, because he did a lot. I think he put himself in like isolation for 3 months away from his family.
Yeah.
He like locked himself in a room with nothing but a notebook to start taking notes. And I don't know where that notebook is. It might be in a museum somewhere, but it's crazy. But that scene in the movie where he's filming the fake Batman in the hockey pants or whatever.
I'm not wearing hockey pants.
And we'll get to Christian Bale's voice in a little bit because I have an opinion about that.
I think that's probably my least favorite part.
It is
of the whole trilogy.
It has not aged well.
No,
I think it is the worst. Like,
it didn't start out.
No, it didn't start out great. I think I ignored it because of how much I love the movie. But now that I've rewatched it maybe 30 times in my life, every single time I look back at it, it's just like that is like what. Why?
Like, you're a quintillionaire. You can't just get a voice modulator in your suit.
And it's not even like
what's this?
Yeah, exactly.
What is this?
It's weird. It's very strange why they decided to go with that, because it like pulls me away from the scenes, especially like the I'm not wearing hockey pads. That is the scene that really makes it like, I
don't understand.
It sounds like it hurts.
What's the difference between you and me?
It's weird.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Yeah, like, that sounds better. Like he's like, I'm not wearing hockey pads. It just sounds so like it hurts. Like that, doing that hurt. Like Christian Bale's great, and I respect him for that like portrayal of
well, it's not his fault either.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't even think it's his fault.
But like it's not. And I think Christopher Nolan definitely had a lot of say in that, and because obviously he has say in literally everything with his movies. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, that scene where the guy was wearing hockey pads and it was
hockey pads.
Yeah, hockey pads, and Joker was filming him, like it was on the news, and he was like, "Look at me." That scene, he directed that himself. Heath Ledger.
Really?
He did that whole scene by himself.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. They just like put him in a room, and he was just like I think he either improvised all of that scene, but he just basically got this like, I think he went and picked up this like camcorder and then just like filmed that, and then they put that into the movie.
But like, just to go back deeper into like the whole brokenness that I was trying to say, like the interrogation scene where Joker and Batman were in the room and he was beating him up, you could see in Joker's portrayal that he was just like psychotically laughing while getting beaten to a pulp.
Yep.
But in the middle of his laughter, you could also see like a glint of fear.
Oh yeah.
Like it's breaking through and he's like laughing through the like, I'm afraid, I'm scared shitless right now, but I'm trying not to show it. So I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep laughing.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep laughing because you can like hear where, at least I'm remembering it this way. You can like hear where his laugh breaks. It like breaks into a different laughter. Where it like, ugh.
Yeah, no, it's great. I think, and people have been making the argument that Anthony Starr as Homelander has surpassed Heath Ledger's performance as Joker. Like they think he now has, like some people are saying that Anthony Starr has the greatest villain performance of all time. And
that's a take.
It's a take, and I don't think it's necessarily like a bad take, because I think Anthony Starr is great. I think...
I mean, maybe if the 4th and 5th season didn't exist.
I was going to say, because I think Anthony Starr's performance from 1 to 3 is like out of this world.
Yeah.
Like great. And except for that one episode in season 4 where he's like, it's the whole episode where he like kills everyone.
Yeah.
And, like that ruined his life. That he's great in that episode. But I feel like every other like episode in season 4 and 5 didn't really blow me away. And I think that definitely takes points off because I don't think his performance it definitely didn't get better since season 3. I think within season 1 and 3, it was the best. And if we were talking about Anthony Starr within those 3 seasons, I would say he's one of the best. I don't know what my favorite villain performance is of all time. Because I mean, I love Josh Brolin as Thanos. I think he's super underrated as far as this topic of discussion goes. I think he is. I think he has some of the best line delivery.
Oh yes, yeah.
Like, just so many great lines.
I feel like the reason why I would keep him so high, like as Thanos, is because so he was obviously the villain.
Yeah.
But he wasn't portrayed as a villain.
No, he was
like
just,
as the person. Like it's different when like I mean what's a good example of like a parallel?
To what though? Parallel
just like a villain for the sake of being a villain. Like like just pull one. Like who's a sinister villain in one of like the newer aged Marvel movies?
That's
literally just evil
like
for the sake of being evil. That doesn't necessarily have like
I'm trying to think of all
an
like
ulterior
the new Marvel
motive
movies with. Why am I? Ultron.
Ultron also
Ultron's
kind
great.
of Ultron. First off, I think Ultron's underrated. I feel like people don't talk about him enough. In
David
terms
Spade.
Of
David Spade. No, David. Is it no? Not David Spade.
Not Spade. Is it Spacey?
David. No. Let me look it up. Ultron.
He's from The Blacklist, right? That
yes,
actor,
and he's from The Office.
Yeah.
James Spader.
James Spader.
Yeah.
So we kind of both like it.
We were like I was like I think Spade sounds right.
Yeah.
And I had David wrong because David Spade is a person.
Yeah.
But yeah, James Spader. Ooh. Now that I think about it,
we can probably make a whole like video on villains.
Well, I mean, we could talk about it just right now, and then we just like get a whole clip for me to post.
Yeah. But well, you continue on your train of thought, and then I'll go back to mine when it comes to Thanos.
James Spader, I don't think people talk about it enough. I think he should be in discussion as one of the best villain performances. He is insane.
Not
and
even
the fact that he did the motion capture for Ultron is amazing.
Yeah, but like not even considering villain movies, like a superhero and a villain, literally just in the regular world, like not like literally, but like taking place in a show that's just people.
Kingpin.
Oh, I'm not asking for a different. I'm not asking for a different actor. I just mean James Spader.
Yeah.
As an actor.
Oh, yes.
Not
just as him. Yes.
Just like if he's playing a villain, but it's not like a superhero villain type thing. His line delivery is unbelievably sinister.
It's amazing.
In like every single, honestly, not even exaggerating, even his depiction in The Office.
I know. Like he knows how to like dig into people.
Yeah.
And he's like a master manipulator.
Yeah. It's great. I love him as an actor.
He's awesome.
So
I wish he was more utilized more and more. Because I wish he was utilized in movies more. Because I feel like he's not like in any movies, but he's great as Ultron. I think he's coming back for Vision Quest because there's the new like White Vision series that's coming out. I think Ultron's returning. I'm not 100% positive, but yeah, I think Ultron the movie itself is definitely I think it's slept on. I think it's like with the kind of Marvel movies that we're getting today in quality, Ultron was definitely not like within that bound. Like it was definitely like a fun movie.
Yeah.
Probably the worst Avengers movie, but a really fun one. And Ultron is great. So yeah, I mean, GOAT villains of all time. It's super hard. I mean, Heath Ledger as Joker. I think Thanos. I really do think. I think Josh Brolin as Thanos is up there. I think
Ultron.
Definitely Homelander now. I think Homelander definitely deserves his flowers. And I mean, I love Joaquin Phoenix. I think that might be a cop-out because it's like a comic book performance, but it's not. It's kind of like what The Dark Knight is. Like it's a comic book movie, or it's a movie that has these certain themes that you can find in any movie, but they're just slapping the Joker on it. Because like Joker is Joker is just like Taxi Driver, but with Joker.
Yeah.
And The Dark Knight is just Heat, but with but with Batman characters. Like it's basically kind of the same concept, but I love Joker. I really do love Joker, and I love Joaquin Phoenix's performance. I really do think he also deserves his, like, I think people are going to be like, yeah, it was just one movie. Well, so was Heath Ledger. Like, it was just one performance. It's not like we got a ton out of him, but we got one fantastic performance. And I think that's, I love Killmonger. In Black Panther. I think that, I don't know if that can be in discussion as one of the greatest villain performances of all time, but definitely one of my favorite MCU villains. Like it's that, and it's Killmonger and Thanos. Those are like the two of my favorite villains in the MCU. But yeah, we'll get back on track to the best sequels, because The Dark Knight is definitely up there. But we'll move on to the next one, because I have three more good ones that I think you'll agree with. Kung Fu Panda 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Kung Fu Panda is great. I mean, Kung Fu Panda 3 is, I love Kung Fu Panda 3. On a rewatch that I've watched a couple times, definitely probably at the bottom, but I love Kai. Like, talking about villains. Oh yeah, we did talking about villains, yeah.
Tai Lung, dude.
Tai Lung, all the villains. I haven't seen Kung Fu Panda 4. I kind of don't want to, but I maybe
which
I will.
One? Wait, which one was 4 again? Was that?
That was the one with.
Was that the one where he had the apprentice with?
What was it? It was the chameleon.
Aquafina.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Aquafina. She's like in everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was like the chameleon. And
then who? Wait, so I'm
chameleon
spacing
was
now.
Played by Viola Davis.
Yeah, no, but I'm spacing now. That was 4 then. Who was the villain for 3?
Kai, which was J.K. Simmons.
Yes. Okay, and then the second one was the like, not Phoenix, but
it was the peacock.
The peacock.
Yeah, which was Shen, and it was played by Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Talk about. Wait, yeah. What are we doing? Talking about GOAT villain performances of all time.
Yeah.
We have Gary Oldman and Tai Lung, which I know his name, but I'm not even gonna try.
I'm spacing. He's in John Wick.
Yes, he's in John Wick. Ian McShane.
Yeah.
That scene where he bursts into the castle, and he's just like berating Shifu about how, he was supposed to be the Dragon Warrior. I'm just like trying to picture that sound booth and how like the performance really was, because Ian McShane as Tai Lung is like incredible. It is such a great performance. And then Gary Oldman as Shen is so good too. Gary Oldman is so freaking good. Like he is just a great character actor. He's a great voice actor. He can do literally anything. But
then J.K. Simmons is Kai.
Oh, I love J.K. Simmons.
My God.
I love him as Kai. He is great. And I really do like Kai as a villain. I think Kung Fu Panda 3 started to go down that route of just being too goofy.
Yeah,
at least Kung Fu Panda 3.
I think
Sorry, Kung Fu Panda 2.
Yeah. I think 2 is better than
2's
3.
way better. 2 is the best. I think it's the best. I think Kung Fu Panda is a great movie. It's really fun. It's a great introduction to our characters, great villain, great character arcs. But then Kung Fu Panda 2 just like elevated that so much. Sad. I love the development between Po and his dad. I love Tigress. I love the relationship between Po and Tigress. And I think Peacock's story is tragic, but also he's such a villainous character. Like, I mean, he's legit murdering people in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. And I love the scene where they show Po being like put into the radish basket, and that's how that's how his dad found him. Just such an emotional movie. The scene where he learns to control his not chi. That's the third movie. It was what was that called? Where he could like control like the weather and like the rain,
or like where he can that's not. I know what you're talking.
It's like
he's
bending or something.
It isn't bending. It's just being like at one, like being one with nature or something like that.
But that scene where
because he doesn't like control it, he just redirects it. So like the whole Shifu thing was like the raindrop would come and he would redirect it through his like body and like onto a plant or something like that.
But like just it's so good. I wish
everything about the Kung Fu Panda movies.
They're so great.
They're just amazing.
They're so good. Like they're just like unmatched.
They're so good.
DreamWorks definitely knows how to like make really good movies. They've made some stinkers, but they make some really phenomenal movies.
And I would say that the fourth one is worth the watch. It's not as good.
Oh, you've seen it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
okay.
seen it. Yeah, it is worth the watch. It's nowhere near as good as
Yeah.
number 2 or even 3. I
Yeah.
think it's less favorable than 3 in my opinion. It's probably
That's
the
what
worst.
I've heard.
It's probably the worst out of all of them.
That's what I've heard.
But the end of the movie is incredible. Like the way that I don't know if you care about spoilers. If you want to experience it, I'm not going to spoil it.
This one I'll watch.
Okay.
I will watch it.
So the ending, it kind of like takes portions of the previous movies.
I do know that
and
villains
like
come back.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not even talking about that. But like kind of like without spoiling anything, I think if this was the last Kung Fu Panda movie, which I don't know if they're working on a 5th one,
They probably are.
I hope not. If this is the last one, especially with Jack Black as Po, like I think that the end of this movie gave us closure that we didn't even necessarily know that we needed.
Oh, okay. All right.
It was a good ending.
Interesting. Okay. Then I'll watch it then because I am interested because I love the Kung Fu Panda movies and I loved how 3 ended. I thought the final battle between him and Kai and him becoming like the true dragon warrior. I thought that scene was so good. Animation's so great.
Stunning.
I love Kai's character design. I was obsessed with just
the soundtrack too.
Yes. Oh, I know.
When he like
Hans
slashes
Zimmer,
it.
I know.
Dude.
Which is actually an Imagine Dragons song.
Oh yeah.
He sampled it. But it's so I know his theme is insane. But Kung Fu Panda 2, peak. I mean that could be in a peak cinema episode because that is such a just phenomenal movie. It's funny, like it does have its goofy parts, but really it's just this
and just the design of the villain itself.
I
like
know
Shen,
Shen, yeah, Shen, Lord
like
Shen,
being I'm pretty sure it's an albino peacock, like pure white.
Yep.
Like that design is just so
it's epic,
unrivaled in my opinion.
It's
like in
so
terms
good.
of like Tai Lung is iconic, but Shen is
insane.
Shen was like
such a great like idea, like just such a like I don't know, like peacocks are this like beautiful creature that are for better part they're not like mean spirited. I don't think are they mean because every single time I come across them they're just chilling like walking.
Yeah, but if you fuck with them they're just like what?
Okay, well, then it makes a lot of sense.
Step up and then they like fan out their feathers.
Then it makes a lot of sense. But just like I really do love this movie and I think it is better. It took me a while to see that like Kung Fu Panda 2 is the best, but then I've rewatched it. It's just like its writing is so good.
Yeah.
Like it's just such a great movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll move on to the next one. But I gotta rewatch that.
Yeah, that makes me want to rewatch that.
Catching Fire. Hunger Games.
Oh yeah. I don't know why I always forget the name of that one specifically.
So this would mean like it's better than the first one. So if you, for example, like Songbirds and Snakes more, that's okay. But this is better than the first movie.
I haven't rewatched this in a long time, so
you should.
I would need to rewatch it to remember specifics, but like
perspective on it.
So.
And it's fine if you don't think so right now.
No. You discuss it because I literally. I added a J into that word. I'm having a hard time even remembering like key points of the movie. So go ahead and discuss it, and then it'll hopefully re-jog my memory because I don't think I've rewatched it at all. I think I just saw it once in the theater. And that was it. It's
just such a great reintroduction to this world, and it's such a scary like. Well, obviously the first one is scary, like getting put into this arena. It's always going to be scary. Just the idea of, killing people for people's entertainment. Like that's always scary. But then the second movie comes and it's about how they're bringing old tributes back that have won to face off against each other.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I do. Okay.
And
I do remember
Jennifer Lawrence's performance is so good. Like, I mean, she's so great. And then we're, introduced to these new characters and the dynamics are great. They're awesome. The scope is just so much broader, bigger. There's so much more going on with our characters and our story. Because this is the first movie I'm pretty sure that Francis Lawrence came on to direct it. I think that the first one had a different director, and Francis Lawrence has done every single one. He did Songbirds and Snakes. He's doing the newest one that's coming out, the Sunrise on the Reaping, which I am so excited for. And I can't wait until, because that movie comes out in November, so I can't wait until we can rewatch them all and talk about them, because I love Songbirds and Snakes. I really do love that movie. But Catching Fire is just, it's such a great movie. And just like Kung Fu Panda 2, it's like the most emotional one. Yeah. Like I would say Songbirds and Snakes is very emotional. Like that movie hit me on like an emotional like level, but just Catching Fire is just, it's a very emotional movie, just with its characters, the humanity behind it in helping people, and bringing the system down. It's just a badass movie. Like the ending scene with her shooting the arrow up there and taking it's just like,
yep, I remember
defeat the system. It's
I don't know why I thought that scene happened in the third one, but that it's the third one started with that happening.
Yep.
But yeah, to catch up. So that's why.
And then the ending, District 12, not, which you have to thank the book for that, like the ending, because that's how the book ends too, I'm pretty sure. But just being like, there is no District 12, just like a perfect, just like cherry on top. It's just like, I remember, because again, it was also one of those movies where when I looked back on it and I hadn't rewatched it, I was like, I don't remember. I thought I remember Catching Fire being boring. And then I rewatched it and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so great. And then you get like, obviously you have Haymitch helping out with everyone in there. It's just, it's so good. And then the next one, which I forget. I don't know if it's part 1 or part 2 that's better or worse. I don't know which one's worse. I think part 1 might be better, or part 2. I don't know. One of them is better than the other.
Yeah,
I'd have to rewatch them. But all I know is that Catching Fire is just so. It's just so good. You got to rewatch it. Yeah. I know we're going to rewatch them all because I'm very excited too, because I'm really excited for Sunrise on the Reaping. I hope I can get an invite to the premiere. I think that would be so cool.
Yeah.
Because I talked up Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes so
rightfully
much when that came out.
That
it's
movie
so
is
good.
phenomenal.
I remember us leaving that theater and we were just like, we were like, dude, that was so good. And
it was so good that we convinced our parents to go see it. And we can't really convince our parents to go to the theater for almost anything. So
exactly. And I think what's so cool about what's so good about these movies is like, they're all going to be basically about the same thing. We're going to be put into this arena. We're going to see, people kill people, and it's very scary. But then they give us this like new story with new characters, and they make it just that much interesting, that much more like eye-opening of like how messed up the system actually is. And just it's so good.
Is this next one that's coming out the one where we talked about in the last episode, where she was like they had like the green light for the movie before the book was even written, or is that another one after this one?
They wrote the book so that they could greenlight a movie.
And is that this upcoming movie, or is
this upcoming movie? And that's what I thought. I'm pretty sure they did it for Sunrise on the Reaping, for Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes too. I'm pretty sure.
Imagine having that much pull.
I know.
That's the amount of power that you would have insane. In that situation.
So yeah, they literally they were working with the Suzanne Collins, and they were talking about like the potential of this story, and they were like, we want to make this movie.
Could you imagine also not even like the power to be like, we want to make a movie of a book that isn't written yet. Can you do that? But to also just like, because I don't know, did she ever have the intention of writing that prequel to be able to craft such an eloquent prequel to this entire franchise just for them to make Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes?
Is crazy.
Like, what an insane pull.
I know. It's like, awesome.
From like an imagination standpoint, if that wasn't like pre-written a long time ago and she was like, yeah, I can write a book. Yeah. If she just came up with that, holy shit. Know.
And the fact that I've heard that it's like, people say that it is one of the best books in the whole entire franchise, which is the fact that it's that good too is so impressive. Yeah. Like I feel like this has definitely been done before, or where like someone just writes a book so that it can be made into a movie. And it just ends up not being good. But the fact that I'm hearing that it's so good, like one of the best in the franchise, is just like, is so exciting to me. And I think I'm happy that they're keeping Francis Lawrence on to direct these movies, because he's He's so good. He knows this world. Like
Yeah.
he knows this world. Like they definitely have to keep like unless it's his decision to leave and they find someone new to take on it, he needs to be the one that continue making these because they're so freaking good.
Mhm.
But yeah, we'll move on to the last because we'll definitely both agree with this one because it'll be an interesting one to talk about. Logan.
What do you mean by sequel though? Like
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, because it is a sequel.
Because I agree that it's
Because
phenomenal. But like,
we have X-Men Origins Wolverine, and then we have the Wolverine
Mhm.
from 2013 with him in like Japan
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that stuff, and then there's Logan, which it is a sequel.
yeah, I guess I never framed it that way, but yeah, I can. Yeah,
Which is what I mean by it'll be an interesting one because it's like it's all connected.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it is.
yeah, they
Like,
are all
It's
connected,
all
so
connected.
it does
to
make sense.
all the movies, but the timeline of the X-Men movies, the Fox X-Men movies, is so strange. Like
I don't know why my brain does that. Like,
Mhm.
because I didn't even consider the Wolverine from 2013 to be a sequel as well. Like,
Yep,
like a follow up to a pre. I don't know why my brain doesn't connect them like that.
Yeah.
But it does make sense.
And it technically is like it
Yeah.
technically is a sequel because it's like it's the second Wolverine movie because
Mhm.
X-Men Origins Wolverine was the origin of Wolverine, and then the Wolverine was following him in like the 40s and then in the future and all that stuff, and then Logan was obviously the 2029. But definitely, a lot of people might argue that it's not a sequel, but I 100%.
I think it is.
It is like
now that
it's
we're
not your
framing it like that,
traditional
yeah.
sequel where it's like it picks up
Yeah,
Wolverine
Wolverine
right after
2.
it. Yeah, exactly. It's Wolverine 2. But Logan is just it's something crazy. I remember when this movie got announced because we were just walking in a theater and I just see this poster of like the poster of his claws out and the Laura's holding his hand.
Mhm.
I was like, is that a Logan movie? That looks pretty like dramatic. Like, are we getting an R-rated Wolverine? And then they dropped the trailer like a week later, and it was before they dropped the Red Band trailer, and it looked pretty graphic. You have this grungy old Wolverine Logan, and then there were some pretty graphic scenes, not like super graphic, but just like, that could be graphic. Like I think that could be graphic.
Mhm.
And then we get the Red Band trailer, and at the very end, they show him stick his claws through the guy's skull.
Yeah.
It's just like, yes, we're getting an R-rated Wolverine movie that is just like amazing. And the fact that it's one of the highest grossing R-rated movies of all time, I think it made like $660 million or something like that. Within that is just insane. But it's also just such a fabulous movie. It's so good. It's dramatic. It has funny bits. The character dynamic is amazing. I mean, Charles Xavier is just it's so awesome that they were able to get these characters back for this movie. And as much as I wish that like Hugh Jackman just stuck with that, like this is the last movie, because I love Deadpool and Wolverine, I do, but I wish that he could have, I don't know, made that his last. It would have meant that we wouldn't have got Deadpool and Wolverine, even though that movie's really good. But I think that was just such a great send off to it because like we finally got that R-rated Wolverine movie that we always wanted, with the brutal violence, the very dark story, dark themes, suicide and all that kind of stuff, and alcoholism, and just this new world is just I love how they went about making the story. And as much as some people would think that it's not necessarily a sequel, it is a sequel. And I think
by a technical term, it is in some capacity because
Yep.
it is not only the second, it's the third Wolverine
Exactly.
movie that happened.
Exactly.
So it is by default, even if you don't consider it like
It
I
is.
didn't until now.
But what do you think?
Well, I think we've talked about it before.
We
but
have.
I fucking love this movie,
Mhm.
like hands down. And so 2013's Wolverine, that
Yeah.
movie, phenomenal.
I
I
love that
love the
movie. It's
visuals.
so underrated.
The visuals in that one is amazing.
Yes.
The scene where he gets like sliced in half.
I know.
And his body like starts to drift apart and then like snaps back together.
Yep.
Like that shit is
It's awesome.
just chef's
know.
kiss.
It's amazing.
And like the visual aesthetics of him at the beginning where he's like the rundown, long hair,
Yes.
long beard, dingy, grungy, dirty, whatever, and then he gets cleaned,
Mhm.
which was
I
also, he was
know.
like, I can take care of that. I got this. I
know.
I got this.
But it is.
But the movie's just amazing. And
It
then
is.
Logan is like, it was just so good.
Just good. Just like it graphic, awesome, emotional, funny. It just hit every single beat.
Yeah, and I also don't think that Deadpool Wolverine took away from Logan because it's like a different timeline Wolverine from like a different universe.
Oh no, for sure.
So like I think regardless of Hugh Jackman coming back to play Wolverine, I think we still have the send off with Logan. That's the Wolverine that we all care about.
That's true.
So like even though he came back and reprised his role to be that one, like by the way, just to go to Deadpool and Wolverine for a second, I loved like hopping through all the different universes and seeing like
I wish we got more of
like the super short Logan and the Henry Cavill Logan. And then there's also the scene where I'm pretty sure it's like the cover of an X-Men comic.
It is. It's,
when he's like on the X
it's
in like the trail of dead bodies.
Crap. I know it is a very dark it's a very dark comic book, but I do know, and then they have like Old Man Logan in there. It is a fun movie.
The Gunslinger Logan, where he's like on the porch and whips out his gun.
That's Old Man Logan.
Old Man Logan.
And then they had like Patch or whatever. But and this is a thought I had after just finishing The Boys. I had never wanted anyone else to play Wolverine. I think Hugh Jackman is the only, like, I really just, Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. But if there's one person to take on the role, I think Carl Urban, who plays Butcher, he would be like the one to.
I think he could play a.
He is so good, and especially in
he's also
Mortal
like super
Kombat,
sarcastic.
Yeah,
which
Mortal
is kind
Kombat
of like,
2, that just came out.
Yeah,
even that movie, he like really convinced me. It was just like he was just because in that movie he was like, "Hey, bub, like that's not what I like." He has that like. He has that like charisma and he has that attitude. He has that douchebagginess that like fits so well with Wolverine. So if there's one person that I think could do a great job as Wolverine, it would be him. Like he has a little bit of age too, so that helps with the character. He would be the one that I would say, like, if you're gonna pass on the mantle, give it to Carl Urban. He definitely knows what he's doing. But yeah, I mean, Logan is it's a phenomenal movie. It's definitely one that I wish we would have more. I think the MCU is doing a good job being more bold with violence, especially with, that new Punisher special that came out, Daredevil, Deadpool, and Wolverine. We are getting a little bit more graphic stuff, which I really do like. So we're in that new age of Marvel.
I want them to take like vigilante roles seriously. Like I feel like they're like I feel like if you're like a vigilante type hero or like an anti-hero or whatever you want to classify them as, like give them the grunge.
Yes.
Give them their actual storylines. Like it doesn't make sense why we have these like vigilante-esque heroes who very obviously have dark pasts and like dark methodologies to getting through things, and then they just get all like princessed and ponied up for Marvel movies. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
For sure. No, I do wish that Marvel would take like more chances on certain characters. Like I think I didn't really like the Punisher special. I don't know if you watched it.
I didn't see it.
People have been glazing the shit out.
Is
of
it like is there a special like alongside
the
of
Punisher?
The new season, or like
I think it takes place. So it's called the Punisher, or just Punisher. I think it's called the Punisher. One Last Kill, and it's basically John Bernthal as the Punisher going through a ton of like mental like psychosis. He's seeing people. He's he's suicidal. So it's very dark themes for the MCU. And he goes on a killing spree after someone like puts a bounty on his head for killing people that were in their family. Just it's a very rushed story. There is a cool like fight scene that takes it was probably about a good 20 minutes of like a full just like fight scene, which was good, but everything else was just like, this is the most like boring and uninteresting thing.
So was that the reprisal of Punisher, or does he actually have a new season?
He's in
because I thought I heard someone say that there's like a new Punisher show. Or is it just the special?
I think it might just be the special, because he is in the Daredevil. He is in Daredevil.
Okay.
I think not in Daredevil season 2. He was in Daredevil Born Again season 1, not in season 2, and he's in the new. He's in the new Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think this is where it takes place, like right after. But I don't know. I have my own opinion about the Punisher special. It's fine. It was a fun action, series, but everything else was kind of just like lackluster.
Yeah.
But yeah, Logan, fabulous. But yeah, those were 5 sequels that we think are easily better than the original. So let us know what you guys think, or what sequel you think is better than the first movie. Let us know.
And I think I cut the whole talk of Devil Wears Prada 2 out of the last episode just to keep the watch time for you guys down.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
otherwise it would have been like an almost 2 hour long
But yeah, Devil Wears
episode.
Prada 2 is
phenomenal.
great movie.
Great sequel.
It was a great sequel. So that's why we made this video.
Yeah, we made this one to talk about that, and then we didn't talk about it, but it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
There's other videos that Cameron's put out there talking about how good the movie is.
Go check out my other pages, and you'll see all my opinions on the movies that we're watching. But yeah, that'll bring you to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end of it. I appreciate every single one of you. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.